If your child is taking the SHSAT admissions test for specialized high schools in New York City this fall, here are 5 important facts that you should know. Fact 1. For the 8 main specialized high schools, the SHSAT score is the only thing that matters. That means for these 8 schools, the New York City Department of Education does not look at middle school grades, state test scores, attendance records, or teacher recommendations. Admission is based on one thing and one thing only: ranking students by their SHSAT score. It's just a numbers game. Now, there is a 9th specialized school, LaGuardia High School. It does not use the SHSAT. They hold a competitive audition and review of academics for their admissions. Fact 2. Test dates and registration are critical and vary by school. The SHSAT is typically administered in late October or early November, but here's what you need to know. The specific date of your child tests depends on several factors set by the Department of Education. Public school 8th graders might test on one weekend, while private school students test on another. 9th graders have their own date, and so do students with testing accommodation. The takeaway is that your child is assigned a specific date, and if you miss it, you likely won't get a second chance. Registration opens around mid-September, so mark your calendar and check the official Department of Education website for your child's exact test date. Fact number 3. For the first time, the SHSAT is going digital. Starting in 2025, the SHSAT will be a computer-based test for almost everyone. I do have my gripes about this, but that'll be in a future video. The good news is that the Department of Education has confirmed that students will have the same navigation flexibility as the paper test. So although the test is digital, students can still strategically switch between the ELA and math section, just like they did on the paper test. The Department of Education also does have a student readiness tool online so your child can get comfortable with the digital interface. I highly recommend you check it out and get very comfortable with the interface well before the actual test. Fact 4. The SHSAT is not aligned with the standard middle school curriculum. This is a big one. Many parents assume that if their child is a straight A student in their middle school, that it'll be fine to take the test. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. The SHSAT is hard. I've taken every past exam since 2018, and I was repeatedly shocked at how difficult the problems were. Some of these problems have a level of complexity that genuinely reminded me of my pure math classes at Columbia. These tricky math concepts and logic-based questions can trip up anyone. It also goes far beyond what's expected in most 7th and 8th grade classrooms. This is why dedicated test prep is not just common, but necessary to succeed. This exact gap is why I developed my learning program, A.C.K. Academy. Our entire approach is built to bridge that gap. Instead of generic drills, our program creates a personalized learning path. We strategically figure out what your child knows and doesn't know to provide specific practice problems designed just for your child. And we combine that with one-on-one feedback sessions to ensure that they fully understand and eventually master the concepts schools don't teach. It's not just about steps to solve a math problem, but about building that foundation in mathematics so students have the tools to tackle any problem that they face. I created a private video library breaking down every math problem from a past exam. Each video, like this one, tags the problem by topic and difficulty. It tells you exactly which foundational skills are required so you can pinpoint what your child knows and if they can apply it to the problem. It's the most effective way to learn and prepare at home for free. Comment SHSAT below if you want me to personally DM you this link. Fact 5. Scoring is relative, not absolute. It's a curve. On a school test, getting a 90% is an A. On the SHSAT, that's not how it works. Your child's final score is scaled based on how their performance compares to all the other students taking the test that year. This means that the passing score changes every single year for every single school. Each school has what's called a cutoff score, which simply means the minimum required score for admission. These scores aren't set in advance, they're the result of the competition. This makes the exam incredibly high stakes. It's not about just knowing the material, it's about outperforming a very large and very prepared group of students, and I'll go into detail on how this grading curve works in a future video. So remember, admission is based only on the SHSAT score, not grades or attendance. 2. You must register on time and not miss the assigned test date. 3. The test is now on the computer. 4. The test is much harder than regular schoolwork and requires preparation. And finally, the test is graded on a curve. If you found this video helpful, drop me a follow and I'll see you tomorrow for day 3.